Nation. I'm Katie Tolbert.
And I'm Shaquem Holloway.
And this is Sports Talk with the Georgian. Today we'll be discussing how junior pitcher Sarah Purvis had an awesome weekend. Baseball opened up their season against UGA. Men's basketball had a very short road swing, and then we'll finish it up with the schedule for this coming week. So Shaquem, let's talk about how Sarah Purvis had a perfect game to open up the tournament this weekend.
Sarah Purvis pitched a perfect game against Southern Illinois, and they got a win 1-0, which is remarkable for her. It's the first time in school history that we've ever had anyone pitch a perfect game. And it's also the 12th no-hitter in school history. Sarah Purvis had a previous no-hitter last year, but it wasn't a perfect game. And it's good for her. It's a great start to the season, and it's the second straight week she's been named SoCon Softball Pitcher of the Week. And now she's got 5 wins after the tournament, and she's 5-1 on the season with an ERA of .79, and she's also thrown 46 strikeouts.
And the girls finished out the weekend going 3-2, and one of their losses was to tough SEC, the University of Alabama. But the softball team was not the only team to face off the SEC. The baseball opened up against UGA, and we'll be right back to talk with Colin Ritzik about the upcoming baseball games. And now we're joined by my guest, senior reporter Colin Ritzik from the Georgian. It's great having you on, Colin.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So the Eagles went 2-1 this weekend against the Big Bulldogs, and they lost their first game, but they came back and won their second too. So tell me about these games.
Well, the big thing this weekend for Georgia Southern was that they were able to do what every team in America wants to do, and that's get runs on the board early. The two catalysts for this offensive performance were junior Ben Morgan and senior T.D. Davis. The two of them, who actually were teammates at Greenbrier High School, went 11 for 22 from the plate, 10 runs, 6 RBI, 4 stolen bases, and 2 home runs this weekend. Another big thing was the fans. This weekend, Georgia Southern fans set a record for attendance for a weekend series in Georgia Southern history. Over 9,000 fans came out to support the GSU baseball team, including Friday night's season opener, which was the second most fans in a Georgia Southern baseball game in school history.
Gotta love GSU fans. So these were a very big game. So was there any players or any moments that stood out to you as very crucial?
Absolutely. The two starters for the Saturday and Sunday game, left-hand pitcher Sam Howard for Saturday and freshman left-hand pitcher Jason Richmond for Sunday. Howard on Saturday threw near flawless baseball. He was through 7 innings, only allowed 5 hits, one unearned run on 5 strikeouts. And on Sunday, true freshman Jason Richmond, pitching in his first collegiate game ever, threw 5.1 innings, only let up 3 hits against the Bulldogs, and 1 earned run. He also netted 6 strikeouts during his performance.
And with that, thank you so much for being on here, and we'll be right back with Shaquem to wrap things up. Welcome back to Sports Talk, and we're going to wrap things up with how men's basketball went 1-1 this week. They lost to the College of Charleston, but they beat the Citadel, which is kind of flip-flop from earlier in the year. So let's hear about it.
Well, unfortunately, after a blowout win against the Citadel, as you said, they lost to the College of Charleston Cougars. And in a surprise move in both those games, Coach Charlton Young had Eric Ferguson coming off the bench, and it worked against a worse team in the Citadel, but unfortunately it didn't work against the Cougars, as they're a better team, and they got out to an early lead and they never looked back. Despite GSU making a 16-1 run and making the game a 6-point game with less than 2 minutes to go, they just couldn't get over that hump after such a large deficit.
It is definitely a tough loss for the Eagles.
To wrap things up, women's tennis, men's tennis, and women's basketball all went 1-1 this week. And for more updates throughout the week, check out thegeorgian.com and Georgian Sports on Twitter.
That's all the events from last week, but coming up this week, for baseball, they will play February 20th against the University of Florida away, and February 22nd, February 23rd, and February 24th against Indiana University at home. Softball will play on February 22nd through February 24th at the Orlando Tournament. Men's basketball will play February 21st against Wofford University at home and February 23rd against Furman University at home. Women's basketball will play February 23rd against Wofford University away and February 25th against Furman University away. Swimming and diving will swim from February 21st to Saturday, February 23rd in Athens for the CCSA Championship. Men's tennis will play February 22nd against East Carolina University at home and February 24th against the University of Central Florida at home. Women's tennis will play February 23rd against Troy University away. Track and field will run on February 23rd to February 24th in the Winston-Salem, North Carolina for Southern Conference Indoor Championships. That's all the sports talk we have for you today. Tune in next Wednesday.